Okay, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the White Room show. I know it's been a while. Been very busy in the studio and outside the studio here, but today we have a very special guest. One of our very own Devry, or you can call him Dev. Or what other nicknames do people call you? Called
Uh,
Deb, the
Deb,
Depictor,
si Gembul,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah, anything. But this is our resident lead photographer. Here to discuss his experience as a photographer and eventually led to wedding videographer, which is what we mainly do today. Just to start, how did you get into photography, Dev? Dev. Let's call him Dev. I know. Even I call him differently. I sometimes call him Devry, Dev.
Mm,
But yeah, how did you get into photography to start?
it's a long story.
Okay. All right, we're here. All right.
Uh,
Krisha, drink, please.
um, I started back then during my high school. No. I say my high school. It's just taking photos using my phone. So
Yeah, okay.
whenever we have like a road trip,
Your
it's
high school period.
actually at the end of my high school. So at the beginning, not really hanging out with friends, but after that, I started getting out with some group of friends.
Yep.
So um,
So you use phone to start.
back from my family,
Okay.
back from my family. Normally, like my dad,
Yep.
he always bring like a pocket camera before, then take photos,
Yep.
snap here and there, and then go to the Fujifilm shop
Yep.
just to print it out and make a small albums.
Yep.
So I think it's probably in the genetic, but
Is that a digital camera already, or back then you still using like a
no, it's a
Fujifilm
digital
film?
camera.
Okay. Like
No,
the- I
it's a
remember
film. It's a film camera
Oh,
because you
film
have
camera.
to. Yeah,
You
you
have
have you
to-
have the rolls, and you have to go to the shop,
Yep.
and then they will take the rolls
Yep.
with the negative scan and do the print, that kind of stuff.
I,
But
I never tried film camera.
yeah,
at
but
all.
that's done like an old time, old long like a long time ago.
Okay.
So
High school, right?
it's
So
not
this
high
is back
school.
when you're still in Indonesia.
Yeah, high school is
Uh-huh.
is when I started to have interest, but
Interest.
then it grows during my university time.
Yep.
So because I was moving from Semarang to Jakarta, so I don't have a lot of friends during my early stage of my uni, but um as the time goes by, then I started to meet some group of friends who have a interest in photography.
Okay.
At the time, only one of us have a camera, which is like a very
what
old
do you mean camera? Like a proper
like
SLR?
DSLR.
DSLR, sorry.
Yeah, so like a proper DSLR
Yeah.
camera, and then he was always like, "Hey, look at this, and then like show it to my friend and show it to us.
Yeah.
It was like, "Oh, looks cool." Then, at that time, I was still using my phone, like a Nokia or something.
Yep.
So
3310, the indestructible
the
Nokia.
the one with the circle keypad.
Oh yeah, I know that.
So I was still using that and take some snaps. And my friend eventually said that, "Oh, I think you have a good sense of angle, like of photos even with phone." Then it was almost my birthday. So at that time, my parent asked me like, "What do you want for birthday?" I was like, "Camera." And they was like, "Oh yeah, okay, just let us know which one." So started to ask my friends like, "Oh, which camera? This," and then started from one of my friend have the only one who have camera to be all of us at least have a DSLR.
Okay, what's
Just
your first
because-
camera then? What did you end up getting?
Canon
Canon 5D Mark II? Nah.
50D.
50D. Okay. Wow, that's older than 5D.
It's a very old
Yep.
cam. So 50D with the lens at the time it was 28-75.
Okay.
Mm.
Not a kit lens, was it?
No, not a
yeah,
kid
yeah,
lens.
yeah.
It's just like more of a good
Mid-range, yeah.
mid-range lens, the gold ring one.
Yep.
Then we started to have a lot of um what do you call it? Like
Hang out.
we gather in one
Yeah,
house and just do some
photos.
photos, do some projects like
Yeah.
water drop, this and that
Okay.
with flash and
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
So we started from there. Then we start to have to contact some of my friends to be a model photo shoot. So we go to like a bushwalking or like a mangrove tree in Jakarta and do some shot, or we go to Taman Safari, do some shots. So it almost like weekly or 2 weekly
Oh, nice.
projects
So like a
for
little
us before.
photography club then.
Yeah. So we're always hanging around together.
Mhm.
We even go to like a Pelabuhan Sunda Kelapa before just to take some street shots there.
Wow.
So, yep. Then I moved to Sydney. In here, I become the like
So which camera did you bring to Sydney? You still have the 50D?
still the 50D.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, still the 50D, and still the same lens too.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined Pepe. I joined the church community as well.
Yep.
So every time we hang out or we go around there or they have an event, I always offer myself to let me do the photos.
Yep.
Then it become a habit.
Yeah, yeah.
So it goes from there until one of my friends asked me to take their pre-wedding photo shoot.
Okay.
I was asking her, like, are you sure? And she was like, oh, yeah, it's okay. We'll have another one in Indo anyway. So we just want to do some shots in Sydney
Yep.
with Sydney Opera House or some stuff.
Sure.
And then, yeah, just started from there.
How does that one turn out?
Looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they enjoyed it.
Back then, looks good.
What do you mean back then? What's
Well,
the difference?
photography is an ongoing style. So
Yeah, of course.
if I look at my photos 10 years, 15 years ago, maybe I'm not as pleased.
Yep.
Yeah. So
We should put it in the screen. Your photos from.
Nah.
Do you still have it? That's fine.
in-
That's
eh,
fine.
it's
That's
online.
fine.
It's in my online drive.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
I think my friends still have it on the Instagram. So, but
I mean, I
not,
still have my first video back from 2012 when we in Indonesia.
Mm.
when every time you turn on the cassette, I don't back then video use cassette.
Mm.
I don't know is that an English word or not, but this is just a small like not CD, like a cassette, yeah. I have a cassette, but I still have that. And it's turned DVD now. But anyway, and then how does that? That's unpaid, I assume, because
Unpaid.
unpaid, yeah.
Just
What-
pay for my food.
and then how? Oh yeah, of course, of course. I mean, you have to pay for your food after they ask you a favor, but and how does it turns into some sort into professional? What's your first gig?
As a wedding photographer or as a
Let's start with paid gig then. What's the first time you got paid to do photo? Because the first time you got paid to do something that you love, for example, yours photography, mine's videography. You probably going to put like 150% of your energy into it. I mean, in the end you want your client to get something back that's in return, right? So what's your first one?
same. I think it's a pre-wedding from
Okay.
one of my friends. So
Yeah.
it's actually the second pre-wedding that I did.
Yeah.
Because the first one I already told them that it's my first one anyway. So you don't have to pay me anything.
Sure.
So but they end up paying for my food. So yeah, I can reject.
I think it's
But,
become a customary nowadays that
Yeah, the second one I told them the same thing, like you don't have to pay because it's only the shot and it's not with the dress or something. It's just like a casual walking around. But they said no, we want to at least reward you with something.
Yep.
So I just charged like a very minimum
Okay.
charge at the time.
very nice.
Then yeah, I think it grows from there. Like, so basically it goes from word of mouth from the circle of my church before, then grows bigger and bigger. Then I started to do promotion on Instagram, like started to make my own
okay.
page, started to create the Depicto page back then 2014. Then started to just keep posting photos every day with like very minimum caption. Then I start to get some of job that is not like some traction and some jobs or some contacts from people who is not in my circle.
Yep.
So it's like a really a client.
Good.
So yeah, I think it started from there.
Yeah.
It's just growing from a very small Instagram page and word of mouth to just out there.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop you right here first, just because you mentioned Depicto before. You started Depicto, so definitely he is the founder like of Depicto. But this is one question that I always get, right? What does Depicto means? Back then, even literally, is there some sort of like a abbreviation to it, or
No, it's more like it started with because I was thinking about other name before, like something about photography or something about pictures, but we don't want it to be that obvious. Then
like Defi photography?
yeah, like
Def photo.
Depot or something like that.
Yeah,
But it's
deep photo.
it's kind of silly, but then I'm thinking back then I was with we were thinking together with
Pipin,
with
your wife.
it's not my wife yet. That's the
Oh,
time. It's
yeah, okay.
still my fiance.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, let's make that business and let's call it Jeffrey and Pippin Photography. So it's or pictures. So
Okay.
it comes like DEP. Ah, yeah, okay. So just go with Depicto.
Okay, there you go. So Depicto is Defi Pipin Pictures. Is it pictures or photography?
Well, can be
Pic-
both.
Yeah,
So
okay.
pictures then.
Pictures. I think pictures. Wait,
Yeah.
pictures doesn't have. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Picture photography. That's your answer. Okay, cut this so you know where the name comes from. We don't have to ask anymore. Okay, let's go back to your photography. Then what's so you got a traction of client that actually contact you because you like your photos and everything. What's your is that wedding client or is it just casual pre-wedding?
It's pre-wedding shot, which continue to wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is become your first wedding.
That's become my first wedding gig.
All right. Tell me a story about that. Just in a brief.
So it's a friend of my friend,
Okay.
but before that client contact my friend, they already contact me first.
Right.
So that's like, oh, then we talk to each other when sending my price list and so on. Then they started to say that, oh, I actually know one of your friend. Like, oh, really? Like, oh, this guy. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's my church friend too. But still, it's not from him because they found me from Instagram first.
Yep.
So it was quite nervous for me because I never done that before. And on the pre-wedding day, it's quite fun because we did the pre-wedding in Mount Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mount Wilson.
Autumn.
It's at Mount Toma,
Oh, wait, not
Botanical
autumn.
Garden. Yeah, it's autumn.
Yeah, autumn.
It's autumn, yeah, but not really in the middle of autumn. I think
okay.
we just missed the season a little bit. Then, and my wife was doing the makeup too. So we offered them the whole package. Like, okay, you do makeup, then I do the photos.
Makeup and photo. Yep.
Makeup and photos. Then on the wedding day, it's the same thing.
Okay.
She do the makeup. She did the makeup, and I did the photos. And
But it's different, right? Wedding and pre-wedding, it's different. Wedding is an event. Pre-wedding is like editorial, like lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, what do you feel on your first wedding gig? Is it a long day? Like, is it a full day like today?
It's a full day. So we started early in the morning.
Yeah.
I still remember that we went to Matrafil. Yeah. So the preparation was at Matrafil. Then.
Do you have any shooter other than you yourself?
Yeah. It's actually my friend.
Okay.
Like my friend who already came here before and already in a photography club. But he used to shoot like a nature photo or landscape. Then I asked him, like, do you want to help me with the wedding photos? Like, oh, yeah, okay. Then, okay. Then I got my first shooter. So it was quite interesting experience because at nighttime when we shot the reception, it's actually raining. So we were thinking of having a bridal photo shoot right after the reception, just like a night shot.
Yep.
But it's raining hard. So we were thinking, okay, so what should we do? Because it was raining, at least we have some shots. Then at the time we went under the bridge, just near the Park Hyatt. So under the bridge, then I told them literally like, so this is your last shot. So why don't we do something crazy? Because I think the couple is a little bit crazy too. So why don't we do something crazy? Like you will go back home anyway. So why don't we just dance under the rain?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Then with the experience that my friend have with the flash, so he helped me set up a flash behind the couple.
Okay.
So I told him like I want the pictures to be like this. Then he said, "Oh, okay, let me set up the flash." And he helped me set up the flash. We find the right settings. We take photos, which turns out really, really good at the time. I got the vibe of the water.
Yeah, the water's
dripping,
being flashed.
and then the couple was like dancing around. Then do the dip and do the kiss under the rain with the flash behind. Everything was just perfect at the time.
Okay.
So I was really, 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 really happy because that was my first one. Then
nice.
I was like, oh, that photo is still, the image is still in my mind until now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I mean, the first one usually the hardest for me at least. And I spoke with Damus a couple episodes ago. It's his first wedding gig. It's unique as well, but your one looks spectacular. The first wedding gig. We want to see the picture, the one under the rain. I never see it before. No.
I think you have.
Share it. Oh, really? Okay, I'll see after this one. But I mean that one's a long time ago. That's probably what 10 years?
Maybe 2016.
Yeah.
15 or 16.
And then it goes a long way. Your style of photography has changed. What would you say your current style of photography?
I think the change is actually not that much.
Okay, so it's
just
9 years here.
It's I always like composition, like the kind of when you position your subject somewhere with a little bit of landscape and that kind of nature. So I think.
So you like to combine the subject and the background.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit mixed with a bit more candid style. I think that's because I joined it's not joined, it's more like a photography company. I think you guys know Sweet Escape, some kind of things like that.
Okay.
Then I started to get plenty of casual photo shoot from them. So with casual, you cannot be too serious.
Yeah.
And if for people who know me a long time ago, I'm not an extrovert guy. I am a very introvert guy. Like if you look at me somewhere, I can probably just sit down there doing nothing and be on my own.
Yeah.
Even on a party, maybe everyone dancing, then I will just sit in the corner eating or drinking, something like that. So to be with a lot of strangers and meeting a lot of new people every day, it's unimaginable for me at the time.
And how do you make it work? Because I know nowadays people always say, "Oh, I mean, this is based on review. This is not what I'm making stuff up." We say, "Oh, thank you, Kodai. It was so fun. Taking photos with you. Thank you for being engaging with me as a family, for example. Oh, thank you. My fiance or my husband is not into photo, but suddenly he's just enjoying it, the session. How do you turn that introvert guy into someone who be able to lead a couple, a family, or a stranger, like use your own word, into a fun photography? Is there any tips for that?
Maybe just a habit, because I used to have a lot of client like every day. I was like every day. Sometimes one day I have 3 or 4.
Yeah. Okay.
In like 1 hour, something like that. So I think it builds my confidence to talk to people, and it builds and the way that I took photos is not like I post them like a statue or something like that. It's back to where your question before about my style of photography. So it's more candid. So I just like to play around with the clients. I
Okay.
just like to get their moments. So
So it depends on the person. If they are easy outgoing, then it become a fun.
yeah, so
Fun. Yep.
I'm more adjustable currently. So
So
if
you're not forcing your client to do a certain shot that you have in mind.
well, sometimes I do,
Yeah.
sometimes, but that depends. Like I always ask, like, do you want to do it? If you don't want
Okay.
to
Yeah,
do
of
it,
course.
then it's okay.
Yep.
If they ask me, oh, we want to do it, but we don't think it will looks that good, but then I'll say that it will looks good, just as long as this and that, blah blah blah. I will explain everything. So I'll explain what's on my mind. I'll explain how it turns out. Then every time I take photos, then I show to them, and they'll say like, "Oh yeah, it's actually turns good, even though yeah, blah 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 blah, something like that." Yeah, the change of the style is that I think it's because I become more comfortable with the situation. I become more easy to adapt, and I kind of learned a little bit about personality in my high school time. So I kind of know uh, A person personality or B person personality. So I know how to adapt with those kind of
You
situation. Like
try to
if
bring it out of the person.
yes, if the
Sure.
person personality is A, then I
Mhm.
have to do something.
Yeah.
If the
Okay.
person
Okay.
personality is B, then I have to do something. That I have to do like that, which is why I always like to know my clients before I do the shot with them. So I always like to, hey, catch up, have a meeting, or at least have a talk. So I know what you prefer. I know how you guys, how's the type of person. Then it becomes easier for me and for the clients too. Even for the casual clients, for the family. But
Okay.
that was before.
So if I can sum it up, the question is, uh, three tips
Mm.
as a photographer who's a bit introvert to start. Two tips how to engage with your client. So number one is to meet up with your client first. Have a meeting with them.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting before, just get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
Was second one and third one.
I think the second one is just to stay true with yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like
What do you mean by that?
um, there is because with the introvert person like me, it's important for you to have a confidence. If you don't have a confidence and you're already introvert, then it's just kill yourself internally. When you do the job and then you don't feel confident, you will always have a thing that, what if the client doesn't like
Yes.
my photos?
Yes.
What
That's the
if?
big question that we
Yeah.
all have.
So I asked this question before to one of our like a great photographer from Indonesia when he came here and visit.
Yep.
I asked him like, Ko, how do you or have you ever have a feeling that your photos is not good enough
Yep.
on that day?
Okay.
Like,
What is his answer?
he already shot maybe 100 200 weddings before, maybe
Mm-hmm.
more than that, and he said every day, even until now, one day before shot or even 1 hour before shot, he is still nervous.
Mm-hmm.
The nervous is not because he's scared or something like that. It's just because what if he can't do the job as he did usually, something like that. So his answer was he always tried to tell himself that what's best for you might not be best for the client. What's best for the client might not be best for you. So
So just
what
be yourself.
what you can do on the day, just be yourself. Just do
Yep.
your best that you
Mhm.
can do on that day. So if your best on that day is 8, then you have to try to do 8. You
Okay.
cannot be less than that. You cannot like push yourself, like force yourself to do something more that you cannot do. Otherwise you will be stressed out.
Mhm.
Then relax.
Mhm.
Just
Okay.
relax, enjoy the day. You should for your clients. If you are not happy, then how can you make your client happy? So
Yep.
That
Yeah,
struck
I
me.
agree. I
That
agree.
struck me like,
I
oh
agree.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I always be too hard to myself before like, what if? I think the photo is not that good. I think it's not looking good. It's like I'm not happy. But then when I send it to the client was like, oh, thank you, this blah blah blah. I was like, oh yeah, okay. But then I'm still not happy because of that. But the thing is, after I talked to him, it changed. It changed. So that's why I say, just stay true to yourself, to your style. Whatever you want to, whatever you can deliver to the client, you just do as best as you can do. That's number two. I think with number three is just routinely keep on doing it.
Mhm.
Like if you, I believe everyone here. Oh no, actually number three probably you have to have your own time.
Yes. Okay.
Like
Explain.
what do I mean by the own time is like with an introvert guy like me, you cannot work in this kind of things
24/7.
24/7.
Yeah.
Sometimes one day you need to be having your me time,
Yep.
like just
That's very
do
important.
something
Yes.
that you relax,
Yeah.
playing music or listening to music, just walk around, get some fresh air, something like that, get some fresh idea. Otherwise, you'll get burned out quickly, and that's dangerous.
So this is like your mana bar. You've been using your spells, and then you
Oh,
just reveal.
I'll just call it my social level.
Okay.
So if I just finish from one wedding and then I have another wedding on the next day,
Yep.
it's fine for me. But then if I have one wedding and then the next day I'm free,
Uh-huh.
then I have another wedding on the next day, that kills. Because
Ah.
then on my free time, I get to enjoy.
Uh-huh.
And the next day when it's still recharging. But when you have two weddings straight or two jobs straight
Back to back.
back to back, your level is still high.
Mm.
Like you still have the vibe.
Mhm.
But once you rest, it's like everything is just shut off.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Sometimes it's different and mood is keep changing all the time. So
Well, you got to recharge. You
Well,
can't just keep
have to.
accepting job, and eventually burn out. Because once you burn out, it takes longer to
it takes
recover,
like
right?
maybe weeks.
It takes longer to
months.
recover. Yeah. Okay.
You can still do the job, but
Yeah.
then you just do it like you treat it as a job,
Yeah.
not treat it as a passion.
Yeah, when you
It's
say
different.
before your maximal 80%, if you burn out, your maximal is probably only like 60%,
Mm.
50%. Okay, good. There you go. 3 tips. And can I add more? But this is not the tips for photographer, but tips for the client. Oh, tips for photographer actually. Can I add one more? Number 4. I just realized, but this is very important. This is from what you say as well. I think always get a review from your client.
Mm.
Get them to tell you what do they think about the photos. I mean, word of encouragement is really big for us, right? Because we don't know. We keep thinking, like you say, we keep thinking, oh, will the client like it? We kind of think like that. If they give you a good review, they give you a bit of boost, right?
Mm.
So yeah, that's
It's not
one
only
thing.
for client actually. It can be for everyone.
Yeah, of course.
Can be from your friend, like,
Yeah.
oh, I like this one. You did very well. Blah blah. It's just more supportive words will be
very
very
important for
very
photography.
very important.
Because
for
I
us.
think with photographers, videographers, we like to be behind the camera. So most of us will be introvert. It's very very photographer to be extrovert. Honestly, I don't know. I
Well-
know a lot, but
Yeah.
but very unlike photographer. If you look at the Instagram reels and everything, the meme is always this is photographers outside the wedding job, and this is photographers in the wedding job.
Well, I can relate. Yeah. When I see that, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
That's relatable.
Because on the day, the pressure is that we have to be somebody who always bring the
Yeah,
positive
of course,
energy.
of course.
Otherwise, it's bad.
Otherwise, it's bad. Otherwise, it's a documentary.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just follow whatever they
Or
do.
you just don't need to talk. Just be there like a silent assassin or something like that. But,
But in front of them, not behind.
yeah.
Good. Okay, that's a good tip. I'll take that too. I have me time important. Remember me time, wife. Okay. Moving on. Next, I want to ask about client, right? Because we spoke about it. We dealt with different client. If you can pick, no, I wouldn't pick. If you can pick, what is your ideal client?
There will be. It's hard because for me, all client is good.
Okay,
Like
but there gotta be one that
ideal client is
is
for
that
sure.
okay? Let me face the question: is there a client who makes you who recharge you instead of draining
Oh yeah.
your stamina bar?
I think if I met a client who has the same style as my liking, like when they are not forcing me to be somebody else,
Okay,
like
what do you
I
mean by
like
that?
this, I
Yeah.
like these photos, I like this. You present me with idea, which is okay, but it's not like you have to take photos like this. Just like this is my preference, but we trust you fully.
We trust you. That's the
Then
word. That's the keyword.
okay, yeah, let me do my things. I can still do that kind of photos, one or two,
Yeah.
that you can get it. But other than that, then I'll just do my things. So I think it's not only for me, but it's for everyone. Like ideal clients definitely has to be someone who know your style, has to be someone who really respect your style and let you do your creative.
Okay. So they
It's
still
not
can
like
do a request, right?
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like they let me do everything. Like oh, can you assist me with what do I need to wear or what should we bring, something like that. I still can, but that those kind of clients will drain your energy more
Okay.
because you have to think more like okay, what's the outfit, what's this and that. Like you think the whole concept, but when you do the shot, it kind of give the vibes that oh, this is some things that I really like. This is something that I really want, and the client is really supporting it. I like it. But the ideal client is if the style match, like they know what to wear, they know what the expectation, like they know what they will get from the photos, then I will do. I will
Okay.
do
Yep. Yeah. So
that.
in sync with the client.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
client know your style. They know what to wear. They know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
and they just leave it everything to you to be creative
Mm.
on the day.
Yeah, yeah.
That is very ideal. Though.
Yeah, that is ideal.
Yeah. Okay.
So they do their part, I do my part, but we connect.
Okay. So just moving back, you say sometimes the client asks you about
Mhm.
what should I wear, things like that. Wouldn't be also ideal if you be able to control this? For example, I if you like a more a duotone photos, but the client is like colorful, he wear rainbows every day,
Mm.
the shirt and everything. If you can control that, is that an ideal as well?
That's ideal, but it just gives me more
It drains you.
drains more
Yeah,
energy.
but isn't that like if you can control these, the props, the what they're wearing, and for wedding, for example, if you can ask them to, for example, put the wedding dresses into a mannequin,
Mm-hmm.
looks better, right? And you hang it on the
Oh yeah,
wherever. If you can control those, would you be happier?
it goes back to the style. Like not everyone suit that kind of style.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I always say that oh you have to use B, you have to use C, but then it's not their style. Or let's say we use mannequin, but then the wedding dress is not
Big,
it's not
not
possible
trend.
to be with the mannequin. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have to know what kind of props that you have, what kind of wedding dress that you're going to wear, like what kind of couple that you are. So I can give you a suggestion, but you don't really need to follow that.
Okay.
Only that's why I say ideal is that if they already prepare everything, then they know what they want, and that what they want is connect to my style. That's ideal. It's not like they don't know. I don't know what I want. Like it's just up to you. Or I can suggest, but then I don't know whether they will like it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's different. Different.
So during the meeting, the most ideal would be someone who know your style, someone who have an option, perhaps like it. Different option. Hey, Kodev. Sorry, Kodev is not the another nickname, but hey, Dev. I have this dress, but I have an option. This is a mannequin. This is a smaller mannequin, or maybe I might have a printed invitation, thing like that. So they give you option to choose, and you, oh yeah, this one's good, this one's good, this one's good.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's not it's not the client who like this. Oh, we leave everything to you, Dev. Okay, and then the next day, Dev, what do you think I should wear? What do you think I should put?
Yeah. So that's going to drain more energy
Yeah.
for sure. I'm happy when I'm doing the shot, but then on the process, it's just harder. But it's fun. So
Yeah, of course. It's
after
fun.
after a while, I'm trying to not trying to. I will always try to think everything as a joyful things. So I don't want to limit myself to be to only do something that I prefer to do.
Yep.
In this kind of industry, you cannot do that.
Of course.
You have to adjust. Yeah. So if that clients really leave everything to me, then okay, I'll be happy to. Just a bit harder, but I'm not complaining. If the client have everything on the set that he wants me, they wants me to have a certain kind of photos look, I can be happy to. But it's just like it's a different type. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So, what do you love the most from what you do as a photographer? Like,
I always love the story. Everyone has their own story. I always love how I can make them to see the photos, like even after 5 years, even after 10 years, when they see the photos, they can think back on that day, like, oh yeah, on that day these things happens, on that day that things happen. So when they see the photos, they still remember the moment. So I always like to get their moments. So I always tell my couple to just be as natural as possible. This is your things, this is your event, so just be as you are. You don't need to fake it. That's what I always tell. And whatever happened on the day happens, good, bad. Let's just make it joyful.
okay, story. Very good answer. So in that case, then, if story is what you love the most from being a photographer, what's one of the memorable moments? Any wedding, pre-wedding you have? You always remember this moment as something unique.
There's a lot of unique things happen in my
Okay.
in my wedding and pre-wedding
Can you tell
journey.
us one story that not every day, something you don't see every day in a wedding. Wedding, let's go with wedding because it's a longer day.
Yeah, I'll say I have this couple. It's not Indonesian. I think it's Asian couple, and everything seems well. I always contact. We have a meeting. We have blah blah, and I know their rundown. I know that where they're going to take preparation shot. So one day before, I still text them. I say like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And just make sure you contact all your vendors too, that they know they will be there tomorrow. And long story short, I went to the hotel in the morning. Everything seems okay. The groom come down and greet me in the lobby, swap the key, bring me up to the room without saying anything. He just say like, "Hey, how's your morning? Everything okay?" Then I go to the room. The bride is still there without preparation. I was like, hang on. Then she started talking. You know what? One of the vendor is not coming. I was like, really? Yeah, they have they thought it's a different day. I was like, but you already sent the message yesterday. Yeah, I did. But still. I was like, okay. At the time, I think experience helped me. So I always say like, okay, I try to help them. I try to calm them down. Just don't worry. You still have time. Do you have any other solution? Like if you have
Which
maybe
vendor is this? The one that doesn't show up.
I think it's a makeup.
Makeup artist. The
Yeah.
bride makeup artist.
Yeah. So
They gotta hurt.
it's just like wow.
Yeah.
And they have 2 hours to go. So
2 hours for the ceremony.
2 hours for the ceremony. So I was like, okay, if you have a plan B, let's say your family must have a makeup artist too. Why don't we go, or why don't they come or send somebody to your place? Like you can still start now, and there's still plenty of time. I don't think they mind. Like if your guest can wait maybe in 15 or 10 or 20 minutes, I think it's okay too. Just calm down. What surprised me is actually not the bride, because the bride is like, oh yeah, how is it going to be? Like I'm panic or something like that. But the groom is so calm. He only say, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. God is good. I was like, okay. Then he started to talk to me about Bible. I say, do you read Bible? Yeah, I believe everything happened for a reason. So don't worry about it. I know. It's like, okay. I feel a little bit. Yeah, I feel a little bit holier from that. I was like, wow,
a living testimony.
What a morning for me.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the things that I know. He's a pretty much devoted Christian, and that brings me back to the meeting that I had with them. Like, well, what kind of photos? Like, any specific photos that you request for me to take? He only say, oh yeah, the ceremony or everything is not about us. It's about God. So I like I like for you to capture, there's the big window behind us, and there's like a big cross. So if you can just take that photos. I was like, oh, okay, I will. But then he said, yeah, it doesn't matter us. So it's just that. Okay.
That's the bare minimum.
That's the bare minimum.
The cross and the window.
Yeah, the cross and the window.
Oh my God,
doesn't matter
so
us.
good.
Like you can put us like very small, but that is important. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of there's a lot of unique experience if that's for wedding. Yeah.
How does that day turn up though?
It was good.
It was good.
It was good. Everyone enjoy. Everyone happy. So we end up went to Hombush, to the bride's family's house.
Okay, so the bride end up having makeup.
She end up having a makeup day, and the makeup artist just like help with everything. So we do the preparation shot instead of the hotel. We did it at the house, and it still looks good. We went to the church pretty much on time. Then everything just go with the flow.
Very good. That's memorable.
That's memorable
That's
for me
different.
because it's everything that can go wrong that day. Yeah, but
be slow.
yeah, but then what's most important is like they enjoy the party. The couple, the bride and the groom is happy on that day.
I mean, it's always. I think we always remind our client, your wedding day is your day. Your guests will wait for you, right? No matter whatever happen. Don't stress, because if you stress, then it will affect your in our case for your photos and your videos.
Yeah, like actually for the pre-wedding we have another story too.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
Same couple.
no, different couple. It's just so this couple they hire a vintage car, but
right.
yeah, but
okay.
the guy told
For
me
the shoot.
For the shoot, the guy told me, "Oh, sorry, I cannot drive manual. Can you?"
The vintage car is.
Yeah, the vintage car is manual.
Manual.
I cannot drive manual, so how should we change the car? I said like, no, we just gotta get this one. It's okay. I'll help you drive it. So in the day before I came to the city and just meet up with the guy, and then take the car and drove the car to my apartment. Just stay there for a night. Then the next day, because we depart in the morning, so I drove that car to the city and then pick up the group.
Couple. Yeah.
The couple, the other couple is using another car.
Oh, okay.
So just the groom, because I don't want to drive myself.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah,
Do you drive manual a lot?
before
Oh,
back then
in
in
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know how to drive, but I never drive a vintage car before. So this is the one hell of experience for me.
Okay.
I didn't even know how to turn on the car before.
But you just say yes.
And
Just do it.
that guy, the guy who owns the car, asked me, "Have you ever driven this kind of car before?" I say, "Nope."
I would be sweating if I were the owner.
I was like, "Okay, so when you turn on the car, blah blah." So he gave me like a one piece of instruction how to turn on the car, what the lighting is and everything. So it was quite fun. So we end up driving to
Did you drive far?
to the Mount Wilson.
Mount Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, we end up driving there.
Had a great shots.
Everything is okay. We had a great shot. We had blah blah until the tire flat at one
What?
point. We have a flat tire at one point
At Mount Wilson.
at Mount Wilson's.
Isn't that like a one road
Yeah,
only
yeah,
to go
yeah.
in and out?
Yeah, yeah. And we just stop on the road, on the side of the road. And there's a lot of car driving past us, and then ask us like, "What happened?" Until one lady come to us and say like, "Oh, I think she has a vintage car too, so that's why she knows what to
Yeah.
do. Oh, you can use that. Just there's the hole. Like, oh yeah, we just use that. Change the tire.
Or is it
Back.
different from a normal car? The tire change and everything?
I think that it's different.
Is there a spare tire?
There's a spare tire.
Okay.
There's one spare tire. So we end up.
Did you call the owner when you, or is it a reception there?
Yeah, we managed to send a picture, and then
Okay.
he sent us the YouTube video how to change it. I was like, okay.
Right.
So we learned everything on the spot. And what makes it worse was like we were trying to catch a sunset,
Yep.
and it's like the time is really strict and
Yeah,
on
okay.
that kind on that time.
And then the
So
flat tire happened.
and the flat tire happened, and the groom was like, "Oh, how is it? How is it like? Will we make it? Will we make it?" I was like, "Don't worry. It's just like relax. If we don't make it, if we can't make it with the golden hour, then we'll just do something else." So that's one part of a photographer that I learned that you always have to have a plan B and C in your mind. Like you don't need to think that, hey, if something bad happened, this and that, but you just have to improvise based
So
on
you
your
can't be the one
experience.
who's panicked,
Yeah, if you're panicked, then
Then your
your
couple-
client will be like, "Oh, wow,
confused.
what should we do?"
Okay.
That's gonna be chaos.
Did you end up getting the sunset shot there?
Just in time.
Oh, okay.
Just in time.
Yep.
And it's actually really good. Like one of the good photos, good sunset photos that we can take, just because the couple trusting us with everything, because they cannot do anything anyway, and
Yeah.
we are in the middle of nowhere at the time. We managed to change the tire, everything. We managed to drive the car back. Yeah, one funny part is we don't know how to turn on the lights, and
Oh,
and after the sunset, it
isn't it
gets
just
dark.
just that?
We
different?
know like there's a switch, so we
Yeah.
can switch the lights. Yes, that's correct. And we don't know how to turn on the lights on inside the cabin. So on my dashboard, it doesn't have any lights at
It's
all.
dark.
So
It's an analog.
it's very hard for me
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see
speed.
the speed.
Below, yeah.
And you know what? The fuel meter is going up and down.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I was like, oh, I tell the groom, "Hey bro, you know, the fuel suddenly goes to E." But when you drive for a few minutes, and it goes up again, goes down again, goes up again, goes down again. I was like, okay, so what should we do? I mean, maybe we just fill the petrol. Okay, then we go to the petrol station. Then I asked him, "Do you know how to?" I was like, "I don't know." So
Another
it's just
thing
like,
to-
so the petrol, normally you open, like you press it and then you open the thing, you put it in.
Yep.
This one is not. This one is just like a cap. It's like to take it off and put it in. It's just like a pipe.
Right.
I was not sure. Like, is this the one? Is this the one? Then I was just like, okay, just put it in. Then, yeah, luckily everything is okay.
The owner of this, what the owner
I'm-
say when you return the car?
Nothing. Do you enjoy the car? I said, "Oh yeah, very good." Yeah. Then maybe I will not drive it again. But no, I'm joking. It's actually a good experience for me. But yeah, the fact that I'm still here means we are safe.
So see, I mean, you need to be able to be prepared to do anything to get that shot, to get the client happy, to get
Yeah.
the client comfortable. Sorry, not happy. I wouldn't say we should do everything to make them happy.
I think
But
one
they
tips
should-
for a photographer is don't let the client know that you're panic.
Ah,
You can be panic inside,
yeah, okay.
but you will need to always show that you're confident.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, like okay, don't panic. Even though, hey, how is it
And
going?
it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, oh, how is this going to be? Yeah, but you just have to be positive.
Yep.
Just tell the client, it's okay, it's okay. We can fix it. Don't worry, we still get the shot. Yeah, that's why I say, just be prepared of everything, but don't show that you are panic.
Wow. Okay. Wow, man. I think we still have time for one quick one. Is there another memorable story moment from casual pre-wedding wedding?
Oh yeah, one more casual photos, but it's a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one makeup artist from Indonesia came to Sydney before, and it was on my early days of doing photography. So I was doing a promotion on Facebook, then and Instagram. Then it happens that she contacted me, asked me if we can do a collab. I say okay,
Yep.
let's do a collaboration and let's get at least one client. So we end up having one client. So I worked together with her. She did the makeup and I did the photos. Everything is going out well, and we started to get to know each other. Then I asked her like, were you just on holiday? Come here? You just came here with your family or something like that? She said, I came here with my boyfriend, and just for a short holiday. Oh, okay. Then do you want to be like a model? So at the time I'm still building my portfolio. So I'm asking her if she wants to be my couple in the photos. Like I have this kind of concept, blah blah blah, and she said, "Oh, really? That would be good, but let me ask my boyfriend first." So she asked him, and one day later she came back to me and told me that, "Oh yeah, he's okay with that." Not long after, her boyfriend contacted me. He said, "Ko, I want to propose." Oh, really? What a what a good timing.
What a good timing. Yeah.
It was like unplanned,
Yeah.
but he said, "Yeah, I want to propose."
I
to
mean, this is
her.
the makeup artist, right? You're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Not the client.
Not the client. I was like, "Oh, okay, let's do it." Does she know anything about this? No. Okay. So we do photo shoot at the Observatory Hills, blah blah. Let's go down to Park Hyatt, and at somewhere around in Park Hyatt with the operas at the background. Then I post them. I give them direction. Then they propose, and after that, she told me a story, something like this. You know what? Me and him, we are almost broke up. We almost this relationship is going nowhere. Like, if we go back home from Sydney without any resolution, then we will just going our separate way. That's what she said. So actually, this
Moment.
photo shoot,
Yeah.
this moment saved the relationship.
Change their life.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow. So it's a pressure for me before, because I have to take it correctly. Yeah, that I remember that moment. I was like, she kept thanking me, like almost every day. It's like, thank you for the offer, thank you for this, thank you for that, blah blah blah. And the guy too. Now they already have
They married.
kids. They already married, so happily, which I'm happy for them.
Wow.
So that's why I say, just like my clients say, everything happened for a reason. It can
Yep.
be anytime.
So if you ask something that something that you can do, just do it. Yeah, it's something that you're comfortable. Just do it.
Mhm.
And something like I think it goes back to the other guy, that the Asian guy. I mean,
Mm.
God is good.
Yeah, yeah.
Something good will happen out of
Yeah.
it.
You read Bible?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get preached now. Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. We have some questions here. Actually, before we went in live today, I put up a story, see if people have questions for us. But we do have some question here from YouTube. Let me just see the Instagram first. Nope. Betul. Okay. I'll show you. It's gonna pop up in your screen. Oh, you can see it, but I mean, wait. Most weirdest request from a client. Okay, what's the weirdest request from a client?
Hmm. Weirdest request from a client.
Have you had one?
Maybe if there is one, maybe I didn't think that as a weird things. Can't think of any. Because for me, a request is a request that you still have to do
Yeah.
it. Let
Let me
me.
think. Let me think myself too. I think I can. I can probably be able to answer this. We'll go back to this question. Or we think there's a second question. There's a lot of photographers out there in Sydney, even in Australia. What makes you unique? What makes you different from other? What do you think makes you unique? Or what the client? I mean, this is a bit hard to answer ourselves because we don't want to be too big. But just by judging from the reviews, right, from the clients who give you a word of information back, what do you think makes you different from other photographers?
Maybe not that different. Maybe not. I know a lot of photographers who go extra miles, who always try to be as best as possible and to give as best as possible service to the clients. But for me, I think what I always try is I always try to be a friend to them. Like I always I don't think this as a job. I think I never thought this as a job. Like with the client, I always try to know them personally. Let's say after a photo shoot, our relationship is not just like a vendor and a customer or something like that. It's just more towards, oh, they were my clients, but every time they visit Sydney, they still contact me. Like, oh, let's catch up. Let's have a cup of coffee or something like that, and then we just talk and how your life going, how this and that. So maybe if I can say what makes me
Unique.
different and what it's not unique actually. Maybe some photographers already do that, but I always try my best to go as far as I can go with my client. Let's say to drive a manual car, to help them with all preparations from they know nothing until the wedding's rundown finish. I'm more than happy to do it.
Okay.
Like I will always say about based on my experience that if you guys ever need help, then just come to me. I will help you with everything I know.
But I agree. I mean, this is a question that's really hard to answer yourself. So, but we work a lot, so I know how you do. So I can give you a word of affirmation on this. I agree. What makes you unique, I think, from my point of view, it's your willingness to become a friend with your client. That's the way I see it. You don't force yourself to them. Like for example, you do your candid style, and if they have a request, you try your best to fulfill it. And then what I found the most interesting is the after the job. You don't just forget about them. And I remember because I'm in the Victor Instagram as well, so I know you talk with your client like a friend. You if they have a birthday, you tell them happy birthday. If they have another moment, you tell them
Just a comment,
It's got-
random
I
stuff.
found it unique because I don't do it myself. Honestly, I don't. That's not me. That's not me. But that's what I found unique about you. So eventually they come back.
Yep.
Eventually they come back. I mean, I don't think that's your main intention of saying happy birthday and everything, but
Well, that's a hidden intention.
don't tell the camera.
Nah,
Cut,
joking,
cut.
joking.
Nah, just kidding. No, I'm pretty sure it's not his intention. But yeah, that's affirmation. I would say something unique about Defi as a photographer is he become your friend even after, or even 5 years or 10 years after. I remember we got a text from from a client. I think it's 5 years onwards. He could say, "Hey, God, remember me?" That's good. Okay, last question we have today is which already answer what the picto stand for. So the picto stand for, I can answer this now. Devi Pipin pictures photo.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that. Who make the logo? Why the
Oh,
logo?
it's it was my one of my friend, my church friend,
Yeah.
who eventually became our clients too. So, she was a seasonal graphic designer, and we were talking back then about a logo. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm willing to help because she just started her business too. I'm willing to help." Okay. She asked me the meaning of the name. I told her about me and my wife, which is why the logo is like D and P, because
Yep.
that's
D
and
with
P.
P in the middle.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story behind it.
Now you know the story, guys. There's a little preview. We're going to sort of update the picture branding, right?
Mhm.
No, the logo's not gonna change. The name's not gonna change, but the looks is gonna be different, a bit different.
No, we'll have a new logo.
Yeah, new logo.
Yeah,
right,
we'll
there
have-
you go.
we'll have a new
I'm not-
logo,
I
but-
don't want to spoil it, but you
Yeah.
got the spoiler from the man himself. Yeah, we will have a new logo.
We will have it,
Look
yeah.
forward to it. New branding. Not new looks. It's still the same. It's just the branding. Refresh
Mm.
branding.
Yep.
Looking forward. Can't wait. When should we expect this? Do we the time frame?
Just wait for it.
Just wait for it.
Yeah. Coming soon.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the time today, Dev. It's so great to have you on the show. I mean, we know. This is our resident photographer. The one the man who leads all the other photographers in the company. Now you know he's an introvert who will do your best for you guys, who what would say who candidates. Now you know how to get the most out of him if you become his client. Make sure you just you make sure you like his style before you go to him. Don't for him to become another photographer. But I mean, if you like his style, then you know who to contact.
If you don't like my style, it's okay. You can book too.
We have Steve. If you don't like his style, we have Steve.
I will adjust myself.
All right. Thank you very much, Dev. Thank you for being here. I think that's it for today. I don't have any more question. And there any closing statement you want to do before we end the show?
Book us.
Apa? What?
Book us.
Book us. I get book us.
Contact the number.
Contact the number here.
Here
Contact the number
we
here.
have Stephanie Levina and Christian Monica who will help you with all the questions.
But otherwise, thank you very much for joining us today, guys. See you hopefully next week. I would say hopefully in the big quote. We may have a very exciting guest for next week, or it may be just myself.
It's not gonna be me again.
I mean, if you want him to be on the show again, if you have anything, let me know. Then I'll bring him back. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and happy Friday.